What's up? Hope you're having a great day. I appreciate you landing on my page and my feed here. My name's DJ. If I haven't personally had a relationship with you yet, I wanted to come on here today just to have a conversation with you. You may or may not know, but I've been a business owner and an entrepreneur for the past 27 plus years. And getting started with your entrepreneurial journey is the topic of today's conversation. And I just want to really talk from my heart, because when I first got introduced to, being self-employed over 27 years ago at the age of 18, one of the things you really need to understand is I had no business being in business. I went to high school, struggled my entire way. I had a terrible comprehension. I don't know if you can relate to that or not. I'd read a chapter, I'd read a page, and I would forget what that page was written about. That's how my comprehension was. And I just learning what they taught me in school never fired me up or got me excited to go back the next day. And I started working at a young age, at the age of 13, and just really realized that I love making money. I love traveling. I love meeting new people and having a lot of fun. And so I decided to jump into the entrepreneurial world, as you might be right now, or some of you might have been doing this for quite some time. But I grew up in very, very humble beginnings. I grew up in a single parent home most of my life with my mother. My father tragically was taken away at a very young age, just months before my 8th birthday. I was in a tragic plane accident, and he left us for obvious reasons. And so going through my entire childhood, I believe, not knowing at the time then, knowing what I know now, I believe everything happens for a reason. I don't want you to feel sad for me or bad for me or a victim or woes DJ, because what I did is I used that to catapult my businesses, my mindset, my belief system on entrepreneurship, squeezing the juice. I believe in carpe diem, seize the day. I have hourglasses all over my house and my office because I believe the sand. We all have a short window of opportunity on this world. Unfortunately, we all have that the sand going through us, and it's just invisible, right? We don't know when it's going to end. It could be in minutes, it could be in weeks, months, hopefully years, if not decades, for all of us. So, anyways, I used all the tragedy in my life to create opportunity, is really what I'm getting at here. And so I want to talk to you today about three simple things that I learned early on when I first started my business. And before I get into that, I'll tell you the first thing that really stuck with me is we all start at suck, meaning you can't start at the top level of your game. Remember, I was 18. I was broke. I was busted and disgusted. I had no business being in business. I had to borrow money on a credit card to get my company started. I had no direction, no mentorship, no coaching. And so just know I started at the very, very bottom. But one of the things that I brought, you can see it behind me, the hustle, the hunger, the grind, and the execution. That's really what I brought to the game. I had big goals. Do you have big goals? I have huge dreams. Come on, you got to have some big dreams out there. And I just needed the right vehicle, the right coaching, the right mentorship on really what it would take to be successful. And the first thing I'll tell you is the keys to launching your entrepreneurial journey, in my opinion, is find a mentor, find a coach that has your best interest at heart. I remember meeting my mentor, Mark, over 27 years ago. And one of the things I realized very young is I needed him way more than he needed me. He was already wealthy and already successful. And every time I made a dollar, he made a dime. I want you to think about that. How many of you have a job, a 9-to-5, a career? And most of the time in those careers, you make a dime, your owner makes a dollar. Think about that. And what this guy did is he flipped the switch for me. He said, DJ, for every dollar I help you make, I make a dime, and I need to make a lot of dimes, so you need to make a lot of dollars. So I'm going to teach you everything I know when it comes to business. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to pour into you. I'm going to coach. I'm going to mentor. I'm going to do 3-way calls for you. I'm going to do presentations for you. I'm going to train you the right mindset. I'm going to suggest the right books and audios. I'm going to suggest personal development trainings. You just got to bring the hunger. You got to bring the hustle to the game. So first thing I did is I found a mentor. and I sold out to the vision. And I believe that he would help me get where I wanted to go in life, and he does. And in fact, I talked to him today, and I'm incredibly grateful for him. But ultimately, the keys to launching your entrepreneurial journey is plant your flag. There's a lot of distractions in the world today, isn't there? There's a lot of shiny objects in the world today, isn't there? And the truth of the matter is, the reason why the grass may be greener on the other side, it's probably fake grass in this day and age. Would you agree? And so ultimately, you have to plant your flag, stop looking left, stop looking right, stop having that squirrel mentality, and sell out to your goals, your visions, and your dreams. Now, when you can find your interests and turn it into your passion, like I love coaching people, I love mentoring people, I love traveling the world, I love impacting people. Nothing makes me more excited to see somebody getting recognized for an accomplishment and they say my name in their victory speech. Like that, to me, you can't put a price tag on it. So you have to find your passion, all right? The other thing is this, navigating the digital landscape. Let's be honest, social media, billions of people, a lot of opportunities. Do I go on TikTok? Do I go on Instagram? Do I go on Facebook? Do I do Facebook groups, pages? Do I run ads? Do I go to LinkedIn? Like, where do I go? This can be overwhelming. Here's what I can tell you. Take a deep breath and relax and just start with one of the ones I mentioned. When I first started, I just did Facebook. And here's what I did. I looked at this like a huge elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Once you get good at one area, can't you then add a second area like Instagram, and then a third like TikTok, then a fourth LinkedIn, and eventually YouTube and all the different things? So one of the things that you want to do when you pick a company to make a big run with is find out how their onboarding systems are, their launch systems are, their duplication systems are. Like my company, we had over 700 promotions in the month of February, just to give you an idea. And that was our first full actual month in business, which was amazing. But that just shows that the systems are in place. The duplication is there. And so for tips on starting your online business is pick one vehicle to get started at. And truthfully, what I did is I didn't even have social media when I started. I know I'm dating myself, but when I first got started, we ran ads in local newspapers. If you don't even know what those are, Google it. I know it's decades old now. I would put on rollerblades and go to the airport and go put flyers on parked cars. I would go to the malls and pretend to shop because when I first started, I couldn't afford to shop. And I would go to the malls and I would compliment people getting out of nice vehicles, wearing nice watches. They were charismatic going through the mall. Or I'd go into specific stores and pretend to buy and get the retailers, the managers to come over and help me. And I would literally compliment their personality, asking if they would be open. Like that's how old school that was. Maybe you could relate to that. And so just know that we have the world at our fingertips when it comes to social media. And either A, you're letting social media use you, which I did early on too, so I get it. Or B, you're going to learn how to leverage social media like they're leveraging you to make a full-time business and create what I call Wi-Fi money, be a mobilepreneur, make money from all over the world at the palm of your hands. How many of you like that idea? See, I literally since 2017 put in over 750 personal customers and over 2,500 referrals into all my different businesses. And 99.9% of those people I've never met. They were cold, they were strangers, but I was a human first, marketer second. I added value and I made connections to start conversations so I could create conversions for my businesses. I want you to think about that. So you have to learn how to create what I call a DMO to kickstart your entrepreneurial journey in the online space. There's two things that we do. We do what's called prospecting and we do posting. Posting, AKA, is marketing. See, when it comes to marketing, I look at marketing as fishing. You can't guarantee who's going to bite the hook underneath the water, right? Now, when it comes to prospecting, that's when you can reach out to people that you believe would be exceptional for your business and pop the question to see if they're open. But you have to do both at the same time. Like every single day, I post in my stories. Every single day, I do a reel, which is a short form video, or I do a static post on my wall. I go wish people happy birthday and be sincere about it. I go engage on everybody that's engaging on my social media because of algorithms. I go give love because think about it. We're social media, being social on the medias, right? You're networking, you're connecting. See, one of the things I learned very on in my career, write this down. The person that has the most conversations on a daily basis wins. It's that simple. See, it's free to get access to the world through social media. Yeah, you might have a little bit of cost to get your business going. But guys, when I first started my first business, it was $5,000. All right. Most companies you can start online for less than $500 today, which is a steal of an opportunity, by the way. And so I have a very effective DMO, daily method of operation. It takes me 60 minutes a day to create all my content, to create all my engagement, to create conversations, to create conversions. And it's very simple. It's very duplicatable. In fact, if you are interested in seeing what it looks like, I do have it on a sheet. And then I also have a training that I've done. Just send me a private message and say, send me your DMO. I'll send it to you. If you don't have one, or maybe you have one, but you just want to iron sharpens iron, we can do that. But one of the things that I'm challenging myself to do, by the way, over the next 30 days is going live on a daily basis on the majority of my platforms. Why? Because I need to challenge myself in order to grow. And I have a lot of people that keep an eye on me within my own company. And I teach the things that I would want them to do. So instead of telling them what to do, I'm leading from the front and doing it anyways. But if you can get really good at understanding how social media works, how digital marketing works, I'm telling you right now, we live in a world today, more people now than ever before are looking for a side hustle. We live in the gig economy. How many of you know people, maybe yourself included, that are driving Uber or Lyft or DoorDash or Amazon, getting their real estate license, mortgage license, insurance license, because they don't want to rely on just one income anymore. They're looking for multiple streams of revenue because they know that we're in a world of inflation and their income is remaining the same, barely, right? And so a lot of people are open, but they're looking for the right leadership, they're looking for the right culture, and they're looking for the right community. And if you can create those three things along with the right systems, tools, and training, and you can put any product, service, or opportunity in there, let me just tell you right out, that right there is gold. Lock into something that has all of that, and you found yourself a home. Now, of course, you have to bring your A game. You got to bring your hustle. You got to bring your grind, and you got to bring the execution. Because no matter how great your tools are, your systems, your leadership, your culture, your product, your comp plan, all the sexiness in there, it doesn't matter unless you show up. But what's going to show up, what's going to help you show up is if you know you've got the supporting cast behind you to go create a legacy for you and the people in your circle that you care about the most. So hopefully this added some value to you. If it did, drop some ones in the chat. Let me know what your number one takeaway is. And if you want my DMO sheet and you want a presentation I did on how to do an effective DMO on a daily basis, I'll give it to you for free. No questions asked. Just jump in my DMs and I'll get it over to you. Other than that, have a great day.